Hey guys, welcome to Breaking View, and in this video I'll be talking about the new DCU lineup that James Gunn had just announced yesterday. So if you guys don't know what is going on in the DC world, recently James Gunn had just been appointed to be the head of DC Studios. If you guys don't know who James Gunn is, he's the guy responsible for directing the recent new Suicide Squad movie called The Suicide Squad, which came out in 2021, a sequel to 2016 Suicide Squad. He also did DC's HBO Max TV show called Peacemaker, which also takes place in the same universe as the DCU, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Wonder Woman, Justice League. He also did Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and 2, and he'll be releasing Volume 3 this year. He is now the Kevin Feige of the DC side of things. And now he is currently rebooting the whole entire franchise. So, yeah. So, obviously we are getting films coming out this year that do tie into the DCU. So, Shazam 2, Blue Beetle, Aquaman 2, and The Flash. Obviously those are movies that have been already filmed and coming out this year, and they were already part of the original DCU universe. But during the presentation, before he announced the newer projects, he did say that, I don't know, he slightly implied that Shazam was kind of in the DCU, but it's in its own thing, which makes sense, since we haven't gotten much DCEU connected thing besides the headless cameo of Superman and Shazam 1, and yeah, there was no tie-ins to Shazam of Shazam to the great DCU except for Black Adam, which they brought back the Wizard from Shazam into this universe. So yeah, and then we did get Amanda Waller, and the person who was in the new Suicide Squad movie and in Peacemaker. She apparently made a cameo in this movie. Obviously we also had Henry Cavill return as Superman for a small cameo. But essentially, after that movie comes out, The Flash, that apparently James Gunn had mentioned that that movie would deal with the multiverse and would end up connecting, I guess, I don't know what exactly I don't know the exact words he said, but he did say that it will, after this whole multiverse thing, will connect to the new DCU. I guess that's why they did a lot of reshoots, so yeah. We'll also get Blue Beetles and Aquaman 2, I guess. When he mentioned those names and those films, he did say this will then go into the DC universe. The DCU, not the DCEU, but the DCU, which is now the new universe that James Gunn is trying to reboot. He did mention that some people will return as same characters, some will come back but play different characters from the DCEU that we had, so yeah. First, we gotta get this out of the way. He announced a new Superman movie which he is currently writing. We don't know if he's gonna direct this, most likely maybe, but we're not sure. But he is writing for sure. This won't be an origin story, but it'll be, I guess, in kind of like the situation with the Rob Branson Batman movie, where that movie takes place in the early ages of Superman, but not an origin movie. It's going to be a balance between his. This movie will be about Superman trying to balance his Kryptonian life with his life on Earth, and essentially, yeah, it's trying to be kind of like the Christopher Reeve, more hopeful type movie, more fun in a sense, which I guess it's good, but it's weird because he did come out on social media saying that Henry Cavill isn't fired, just not cast in this movie. So essentially, you're firing Henry Cavill. I guess Henry Cavill is still under contract for DC, so I guess he could come back in the DC universe. Maybe he can play a character within the Superman universe. Let's see. And I should have brought this up. This is all part of a chapter 1 slate called Gods and Monsters. So yeah. The next movie will be so the next project will be Creatures Commands. Never heard of them, but it's going to be written by James Gunn. It will bring back that character, that weird dog-looking character from the Suicide Squad movie that James Gunn did. And it'll be an animated show. So yeah, and apparently he did mention that people who will be voicing these characters. So any characters that will be voiced in the animated or game world will also play a live action version of it. So if, let's say, if he cast a guy to play Superman, he will play a live action version and will also voice a character, animated and game related stuff. So that'd be cool. So now there is another spin-off, which will be Waller and another TV show. It's going to be a spin-off of Peacemaker. Viola Davis is apparently returning, which is weird because I thought he was going to full-on reboot. But yeah, essentially, this will be written by Crystal Henry, who made Watchmen, and also Jeremy Carver, who was the creator of the Doom Patrol TV show, which is really well received. So yeah. And then the Superman movie I was talking about was Superman Legacy. It will be part of the DCU, and that movie has actually a date. They already had planned the release date, which will be July 11th, 2025. So in 2 years, they will release the movie. So yeah. So another TV show spin-off that will be part of the universe is the Green Lantern show, TV show. I believe this will be live action. Now, if I did my cancelled podcast series I did with my good friend Monique. We did talk about the original DCEU lineup, which was Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Wonder Woman, Suicide Squad, Justice League Part 1, and then after Part 1, after Shazam and Aquaman, we were supposed to get a Green Lantern TV show, a live action one that ties into the universe, and obviously that was set, and it was official that we were going to get Green Lantern in this universe, because we did get a Green Lantern cameo in that, both the Snyder cut and in the theatrical cut. But yeah, the only actual Green Lantern project that we only have is the Ryan Reynolds one. So I'm glad they're making a Lanterns project for the DCU, and it's supposed to be kind of like a inspiration of True Detective and the Batman, which will be really cool. I hope after this TV show we also get a Green Lantern movie, like a Green Lantern movie that is also a sequel to this. So yeah. We're also getting The Authority, a movie based on a team of superheroes with rather extreme methods of protecting the planet that first originated in the late 1990s under the influence of imprint known as Wildstorm. Pretty cool. That's also going to be a TV show, so pretty cool. We're also getting a Paradise Lost, which will be a Game of Thrones style show, and it is going to take place before the events of the Wonder Woman films. I would like to see this TV show, but the fact that it's going to tie into the Wonder Woman films, really confusing. We are getting a new Batman film, The Brave and the Bold. So obviously, when I get Ben Affleck back, so Ben Affleck will not return as Batman in the new DCU unless if they want to. But this doesn't mean Robert Pattinson will be in this movie. So essentially, Robert Pattinson's Batman is a whole separate universe. That's what it is. But it is a Batman movie, which does deal with Damian Wayne's Robin, which will be pretty cool. And then we will get Booster Gold movie, or series, that whoever it is. But we are getting a Supergirl movie, which will come out in after the Superman Batman movie, and then we will get a Swamp Thing movie, which will be a conclusion to Chapter 1. So this is like Phase 1 of Marvel, in a sense. But I'm wondering if we will even get a Justice League movie from him. Like, I was hoping to be more of a Snyder thing where they had, instead of phases, it's Man of Steel, from Man of Steel to Justice League Part 1, and then we had one or two movies in between Justice League Part 1 and Part 2, and then right after Part 2 we will get into Part 3, and then obviously a movie about Doomsday and the conclusion to the universe. I was assuming we'll go that route, or the route of what Marvel's doing, where at the end of every phase, every chapter or phase, they had an Avengers movie, except for the new Phase 4. So more like Phase 1 to 3, where we had Avengers 1 that concluded the Phase 1, Avengers 2 which concluded Phase 2, and then Avengers 3 and 4 which concluded Phase 3. Something like that, where like you don't have to have a big crossover like the Avengers 1 did, but it slowly builds up to a bigger crossover, which was Avengers 3 and Avengers 4. That's what I assumed he was going to announce, but I guess it's going to build up to something bigger or something, so yeah. But this is now all of Chapter 1, I guess, from what I've heard. He will be announcing more films down the road, but let's see. I'm just hoping we get it. I honestly, it does sound like a good lineup until you realize that there's certain projects that are part of this new universe that they're trying to reboot, but somehow tie into the DCEU that they're trying to escape from. And I will say this. I would say this to James Gunn. James Gunn, you are a really good filmmaker. I'm glad that you are trying to do a complete reboot of this, but I will say this. Start fresh, completely new. I would say this, conclude the DCEU. You don't have to do the Snyder plan of Justice League Part 2 and 3. But do a conclusion to that universe. Give us the Erica of 2016 Suicide Squad and give us a conclusion to that universe. And then I would say do a complete reboot of a new franchise. And this will actually be good for y'all, because if y'all want to do your own multiverse thing, what you can do is go to that, just like what the DCEU did, where the Ezra Miller Flash crossed over to the TV the Ezra Miller Flash had crossed over to the Arrowverse Flash. That would allow us to have a cool multiverse where every character gets to meet another live action one. This will make us fans happy of who are a big fan of DCU. This will make the Arrowverse fans happy, and this will make everyone else happy. And it's a thing where you don't want to be stuck in a weird, confusing thing. Just do a simple reset. And honestly, for example, the Amanda Waller series, what you can do is have that be part of the current DCU lineup that will be concluding this year with Aquaman 2. And then the Paradise Lost project, which apparently is going to be a prequel to the Wonder Woman films. What you can do is keep it as a prequel to Wonder Woman films, but not the DCU. You can obviously be a prequel to like before Wonder Woman ever existed. And this will help out, in a sense, building a better foundation for Wonder Woman. And so for a completely new Wonder Woman you're gonna be doing in this new franchise. And this will also help out make the average audience keep track of what's going on. Now we will get a new Batman sequel, the Batman Part 2, which will come out on October 3rd, 2025, the same year as the Superman reboot. And then we will also be getting the Joker Joaquin Phoenix movie, I think next year. I'm not psyched for that I'm sorry. That movie should not exist. I think it should be a one-off, and on top of that, really, Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn? No. For now, I would suggest not making a sequel to Joker, because firstly, it's one of those things where it should just be a one-off. Secondly, it's better to focus on making this universe really good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, please stay tuned for more content. Hit the subscribe button, click on the like, and subscribe, and share this video with everyone else. So yeah, thank you so much, and stay tuned for more content. Peace out.